Let's talk about sleep. You know, that thing we all do every single night without even thinking about it. But for something so routine, it's actually one of the biggest mysteries of our lives. Today, we're going to pull back the covers and really dig into sleep's hidden superpower. I mean, really think about that for a second. Why on earth would we evolve to spend nearly a third of our entire lives completely vulnerable and unconscious? For a lot of us, that's like 25 years spent completely out of it. There has to be something incredibly important going on, right? Otherwise, what a massive waste of time.
So to start unraveling this, we have to look at the big picture. Scientists have been wrestling with this question for a long time, and they've come up with some really powerful theories to explain why we even sleep at all.
Okay, so some of the early ideas were pretty straightforward, mostly about basic survival. The inactivity theory, for example, just suggests that sleep kept our ancient ancestors safe and hidden away from predators in the dark. Makes sense. And the energy conservation theory adds that, hey, it also saves a bunch of calories. But the really exciting stuff, where we find sleep's true superpowers, comes from modern science. And that's in these last two, the restorative and the brain plasticity theories. So let's break those down.
First up, let's talk about what's happening in your body. Because when you're asleep, you're not just passive. Not at all. It's actually a super active period of physical repair and major maintenance.
And you don't have to take my word for it. This quote from Dr. Awesome Maksut just nails it. Deep sleep isn't just about rest. It's a full-on work shift for all of your body's most important systems.
This is really the heart of the restorative theory. The main idea is that sleep is when we rebuild. Seriously, think of it like taking your body into the mechanic shop every single night for a full tune-up after all the wear and tear of the day.
And let me tell you, that overnight repair crew is busy. While you're off in dreamland, your body is in high gear, releasing growth hormone, fixing damaged cells and DNA, building up muscle tissue, and even cooking up specialized proteins to help your immune system fight off infections. It's this incredibly efficient, behind-the-scenes operation that you don't even have to think about.
Now, this whole repair job isn't a one-size-fits-all thing. It's split between two main types of sleep. For about 3/4 of the night, you're in what's called NREM or non-REM sleep. This is the body's time to shine. It's when all that heavy lifting for physical repair happens. But the other 25%, that's REM sleep. And that's when the brain really takes center stage, acting as a kind of therapist and file clerk. Which brings us to our next point.
So while the body is getting that full-service tune-up, the brain is undergoing its own critical reboot. And this nightly cleaning and organizing session is absolutely essential for how we think, how we learn, and how we remember things.
This is the core of what's called the brain plasticity theory. The bottom line is that sleep isn't about switching the brain off. It's about actively reorganizing and rewiring it. It's what allows our brains to adapt, to learn a new skill, and to actually lock in the memories from our day.
I absolutely love this analogy because it's just so perfect. Think of sleep as your brain's very own janitorial staff. Every single day, just by thinking and being alive, our brain cells create a ton of toxic waste byproducts. And well, just like any busy office, if that trash doesn't get taken out, it starts to cause some serious problems.
And this is exactly what that night shift does. As you sleep, a special system literally flushes your brain with cerebrospinal fluid, washing away these harmful waste proteins. We're talking about nasty stuff like amyloid and tau, the very substances that are directly linked to diseases like Alzheimer's. And at the exact same time, there's another crew busy at work, organizing all the information from the day, filing away the important memories, and tossing out the junk.
Okay, now we get to what might be sleep's most underrated superpower. Its incredible impact on our emotional stability and, get this, our emotional intelligence.
It's a pretty simple equation, and it's one we have all experienced. You get a bad night's sleep, and the next day you're more irritable, you're more anxious, and your ability to handle even minor stress just plummets. But why? Why does this happen? Well, the answer lies in the crucial connection between two key parts of your brain, and how sleep acts as the bridge that keeps them working together.
Okay, so check this out, because this is fascinating. Your prefrontal cortex, that's the part right behind your forehead, it acts like the rational CEO of your brain. It's all about logic and self-control. Then, deep inside, you have the amygdala. Think of that as your primitive emotional alarm system. Now, in a well-rested brain, the CEO is firmly in charge. It keeps that alarm system calm and in check. But when you're sleep-deprived, that connection breaks down. The CEO loses its grip, and the amygdala just goes wild, leaving you with this overactive, hair-trigger emotional response to, well, everything.
And look, this isn't just a feeling. We have the hard data to back it up. Research shows a direct, measurable link between how much you sleep and your emotional intelligence. I mean, just look at this chart from one study. The participants who slept less than 6.5 hours scored a way lower on EQ tests. But those who got 8 hours or more, they score the highest. The takeaway is just staring us in the face. More sleep can literally make you more emotionally intelligent. So, after hearing all this, the big question is, how can we actually harness this superpower? Well, the great news is that improving your sleep quality is completely within your control. Here are 5 simple, expert-backed steps you can try. First, consistency is everything. Stick to a regular schedule, even on weekends, to get your body clock in rhythm. Second, make your bedroom a cave. Dark, cool, and quiet. Third, power down those screens at least an hour before bed. That blue light really messes with your sleep hormones. Fourth, be careful with caffeine in the afternoon. And finally, regular exercise and finding ways to manage stress can make a massive difference in prepping your body for rest.
And this really brings us full circle. As all the research shows, sleep isn't a luxury. It's not something you earn as a reward. It is fundamentally tied to our emotional strength and our mental health. It's the very foundation that a healthy mind and a healthy body are built on.
So I'll leave you with this question to really think about. We've seen that sleep repairs our bodies, it reboots our brains, it keeps us emotionally balanced. If sleep really is this incredible hidden superpower, what are you trading it for? Is it one more episode of that show? An extra hour of work? Just scrolling on your phone? Whatever it is, you've got to ask yourself, is it really worth it?